coming to you live on the interwebs and YouTube on March 12th. It's episode 19 of the CreditUturn live stream series, coming to everybody live tonight. Again, March 12th, episode 19. It's at this point in time that I'm always asking whether or not somebody can see me, if they can let me know if I'm coming through, you can see me okay and hear me okay. So until that point in time, just kind of wanted to let you know that I've been trying to do these every day, and for some reason or another, got completely lost my sense of timing, and came back to the office to do a live stream with you, and had somebody else that was there at the office, and next thing you know, one thing led to another, and just wasn't able to make that commitment work last night. So I apologize for that. So I do have somebody that says they can see me okay and hear me, so that's always a plus. And if you would, whoever's watching out there, please go ahead and drop a link to CreditUturn.com. Tonight is a little bit different type of episode because usually I'll live stream either to people that have been exploring either utilizing the CreditUturn mobile app or are already using it, and sometimes I'll live stream directly to our dealer partners or our CreditUturn partners from like automotive, real estate, mortgage, and banking industries, or prospective partners. But tonight I'm just going to kind of riff a little bit and come to you with one episode that's there for everybody. And thank you very much for putting that in there. And if you don't mind also, I appreciate, I ask a lot of our viewers sometimes, but if you would drop a link to CreditUturn.com/partners. That link is for prospective partners that we have, and we're going to be running a special promotion starting tomorrow. So anybody that's a prospective partner of ours that's in business, either as a manager or owner of an automotive business, automotive related like retail sales or motorhomes, recreational merchandise, motorhomes, mobile homes, can't remember which one I had said, or like real estate, mortgage companies, that sort of thing. So anybody that might be a prospective partner, you definitely want to tune in and start following us on social media, because we are going to have an amazing offer that you're going to want to jump on that's not going to require any investment from you. So you definitely need to check that out. So again, my name is Lee Kendrick. I'm the founder of CreditUturn and Subprime Ninjas. Subprime Ninjas is a digital ad solution that's available for our partners. CreditUturn is available as a solution for both consumers as well as for our referral partners that want to demonstrate that they care and to be able to provide a solution that helps people manage their credit better, manage their disputes without them having to pay credit repair fees. So the title of tonight's episode, this is the Apocalypse Edition, March 12th, 2020. Everything's been shutting down around us. It doesn't matter whether it's a cruise, if it's a sporting event, it's government agencies, it's whatever, and everybody's getting a massive amount of emails about what steps they're taking, precautionary measures, we're closing down, or what we're doing to clean, and you can work remotely and all that. So tonight's the Apocalypse Edition cage match of the newcomer on the block, CreditUturn, versus the 800-pound gorilla, MyFICO. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between CreditUturn and MyFICO. And if you have any questions that are credit related or that are related to CreditUturn versus MyFICO during our live stream, please engage with us. Drop that link in there. Let me know what's on your mind. Just chat with us. And if it's on that same topic, I'll probably go ahead and reply during the episode to you. If I miss you and we get too much engagement, don't worry about it. I'll just follow up with you in a future episode. So what led to tonight's topic? It was kind of interesting. You know, whenever you're a business owner and you're trying to improve your search engine rankings, you want more traffic, you want more engagement, you're trying to go viral with what you built, especially something as awesome as CreditUturn, just doing a little bit of research. And I don't know why, I just decided, you know what, hey, it's been a while since I Googled CreditUturn, so I just went and Googled it, and we've got some great presence. We've got some really cool things that are happening in Google for us, which is cool. And one of the links, I want to say it was like the 6th or 7th link down, was not a CreditUturn link. It was a recent post in the MyFICO forum from somebody that was asking whether or not anybody had heard about CreditUturn, knew anything about CreditUturn. It seemed too good to be true. And it was really interesting because there's been a lot of engagement in there. There's already been at least 30 plus, 40 plus comments in there. And it tends to go off topic a little bit because the first few were probably just looking at it. And I remember it was kind of funny because 2 or 3 of them were like, I don't know, it sounds kind of sketchy just to be able to have something that's automated and does it for you and you don't have to pay any credit repair fees. That sounds sketchy. And then somebody else was like, you know what, if you use an automated tool like that, you know, it's a really good chance that it's just going to cause lawsuits or something. I think what they were insinuating is that you're just going to wake up the debt collector, the old collection that's on your bureau. And, you know, it's really not what it is. And that's, by the way, that's a myth that's out there, because if the collector was going to sue you, that was already in process, okay? So you've got a collections on your credit file. They just take steps on a regular basis, and they always filter through, see whether or not somebody's had engagement with them, hasn't had engagement with them. They're constantly doing soft pull credit inquiries that you don't know about, that you don't get alerted on because it's not impacting your credit score, but they're just following up to see like what type of new credit activity you have, if you've changed addresses, have you changed jobs, that kind of thing, because there are billions of data points that are stored across the interwebs on all of this, okay? So you just need to keep that in mind. But I thought it was kind of funny because people were like, no, too sketchy, it sounds unreal, yada, yada, yada. But what's really cool is we've actually been getting a lot of traffic from MyFICO and from people on IP addresses that match up that are going in there and are looking for a solution above and beyond what MyFICO provides. And by the way, MyFICO provides a valuable product. It's a really cool service. It's been around for a long time, but sometimes, I don't know, things just don't get improved on, or maybe they get improved on, but it's just not their mission to be able to do other things. My mission and my passion is I'm a consumer advocate, and I want to help you take full advantage and to be able to utilize any available and applicable federal credit laws that are available to you. And I'm not an attorney, but I want to be able to provide a solution for you that automatically analyzes your reports, that automatically creates a game plan and creates suggestions for you and prepares dispute letters for you that you can control. So kind of going back to the people's assumptions that were in the MyFICO forum initially that said that, hey, it seems sketchy or beware of something that just automates and blasts stuff out. That's not 100% what we do. There are a lot of our clients that just got used to what CreditUturn does in that first 30 to 60 days, and then they'll put it on set it and forget it mode and autopilot, if you will. And sometimes people do that right from the beginning. But I just want you to be aware that we've actually built logic in there that we kind of detect sometimes when you should or you shouldn't initiate action. So let's say you had a bankruptcy, but you got mostly negative credit. We're going to work on the negative credit items before we work on the bankruptcy, because if you got the bankruptcy deleted and you still had all the negatives, well, now you're compared against people with great credit. So, you know, we've built in some really valuable, really smart logic in the app that, what I want to say, it doesn't play to the same assumptions that people were making that were not in the know. It's almost like right now going through this apocalypse stuff, all of everybody's opinions and assumptions. And I've got some wild opinions and assumptions about that stuff too. But, you know, just if you don't know it, you don't know it. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros of MyFICO and some of the cons of MyFICO. Or you could look at it as, I really don't want to nag on anything in particular, because again, they do provide a good product. But I want to talk about some MyFICO pros and maybe talk about CreditUturn pros that in a direct comparison between the two. So first of all, I would actually commend anybody that uses the MyFICO services, because you're utilizing credit monitoring. Everybody needs credit monitoring, okay? It's like the vaccine for the coronavirus right now that you just have every day, 365 days a year, 24/7, okay? So 365, 24/7, you got a vaccine to a large degree, okay? But if you don't have monitoring and you don't know what's going on, that what new is appearing in your credit files, what remarks are in your credit files, what payment history is being reported, what balance is being reported, your limit that's being reported. Do you have duplicates of the same account? And sometimes, like on a student loan, you might have the same student loan reported 4 or even 5 times. So it's very frequent that it's 2 or 3 times, or it's reported a little bit differently on Equifax and a little bit different on Experian, a little bit different on TransUnion. So again, I want to congratulate or commend anybody that's using their service or any other credit monitoring service, and it's good for you to have. Where they're not CreditUturn is that CreditUturn, the monitoring that we have provides so much more for you because of the instant analysis every month. So not just a one-time analysis, but every month a full-blown analysis of your report and potential errors or inaccuracies or incomplete items or obsolescence, anything that's too old or anything that might be unverifiable. It analyzes your reports for you every 30 days. So that's a natural part of it. So the other part, again, is that it automatically prepares and generates dispute letters that you can control. So you can approve your letters, edit your letters, deny your letter, or recreate your letters, and then it's automatically transmitting your dispute letters that you do approve to the credit agencies for you, and it's tracking your progress, and then it instantly alerts you whenever it sees a score change. And if you're referred by one of our partners, this is something MyFICO cannot provide. It doesn't provide currently. Not saying it couldn't in the future, but it does not now. Is that if you were referred by a partner, with your permission, we're also alerting the referral partner that referred you over to CreditUturn to let them know that you might have potentially matched up for a improved product or improved need, like improved interest rate, lower payments, or potentially upgrading your situation. Maybe you didn't get the vehicle that you wanted right off the bat and you want to be able to upgrade, or maybe you could only get one auto and that your husband wanted a truck, or your husband got a truck and you didn't, whatever it is. So we're doing some really cool things that MyFICO isn't. So that kind of covers the first thing. So again, good thing that you're using monitoring if you use MyFICO. If you use CreditUturn, we're just a step above that. And we also recently added into the mobile app that if you were using the MyFICO and if you only wanted to continue using them, we won't analyze that report. We won't automatically generate your letters without you doing some data entry. We won't track that progress for you. You just have to get any progress alerts from MyFICO. But basically, for the same cost, okay, you can have the same features. And if you just insisted on using MyFICO report, you could do that, and you can manually enter in your creditor name, your account number, and your date open. That's going to take a lot of work on your part, and you might dispute the wrong thing. You might fat finger something and cause more problems than good, but I just want to let you know that we had some customers that have requested that type of feature, so we put that in there. So again, step or 2 steps or 3, maybe 10 steps above that. So the other thing is MyFICO, a pro, is that they do provide you with an alert system. They give you alerts whenever it detects changes that are in your report. CreditUturn does too. And we also, because we have a mobile app and not just a desktop solution, because you can log in on our desktop portal from your PC, a laptop, a tablet computer. You can log onto the desktop website through your phone even if you wanted to, or you could use our mobile app. There are a few more things that are accessible to you in the web view than there are currently in the mobile app. We're working to make those things available to you also in the mobile view, but very limited. There's just a tiny little bit of a difference there. But we provide you also not just email alerts like MyFICO, we also provide you with in-app push alerts where you can get an instant notification on your mobile device, because that's what you carry around with you all the time, right? So since you're carrying that around with you, it's much more convenient for you to get that instant push alert if you found out that somebody was using your social security number or there was a new credit inquiry. Instead of you waiting to check your email, And oftentimes people don't check their email hardly at all anymore, or they don't open emails. So instead of that getting lost somewhere in the shuffle, we can provide you with the email alert, plus the mobile app alert, plus even a text message. So I think that gives us just another advantage over top of just the MyFICO service or most other credit monitoring services. MyFICO, another pro compared to most other credit monitoring services out there, is they provide you with $1 million identity theft protection policy. Okay, and so does CreditUturn. So CreditUturn provides you with $1 million identity theft protection policy, and I don't personally have a MyFICO account. I'm just going by what I see on their homepage, and I'm sure that we'll hear back from them. And again, they provide a valuable service. They provide a valuable product. They're the 800-pound gorilla out there. And I'm not telling them they need to go change, okay? Because I'm kind of going after a different market anyway. They're just wanting to provide a monitoring service, and I'm wanting to provide a solution that gives you more power, more control, and more automation over your credit journey and giving you a U-turn. That's the credit U-turn part of this. We want to help you get the U-turn that you so desperately crave and need, and so that you'll just be pointed back in the right direction so that you're not ever going down the path that you've been down, whether that was, and it's never intentional, but whether it was just through mistakes that you made or whether it was something that you couldn't avoid. In addition to the $1 million life insurance policy, though, along with ours, we also provide you with a white glove solution. We actually provide you with an insurance policy and a white glove solution where we will actually help you restore your credit back to the state that was in prior to your identity being stolen, okay? And that's called iRecovery Butler. So I just want you to know, and that's available, by the way, I'm comparing their premium edition versus our pro edition, and coincidentally, they're both identical cost. It's $39.95 with MyFICO. It's also $39.95 with CreditUturn. And by the way, that was just coincidental. I had never investigated MyFICO or trying to match up to what somebody is or isn't doing, and that's no BS. I didn't do that. I didn't research MyFICO or any other services other than me trying to completely distance our product away from any other credit repair product that's out there, because what we provide you is an automated credit dispute solution that also provides you with monitoring and alerts and so much more. So kind of like a hybrid, but definitely not a credit repair company. We're a software as a service solution. So kind of going back to people's assumptions, if you are a MyFICO user, this is your, your wake-up call, basically, for you to investigate a little bit more, just because this is a real deal. It's not sketchy. I'm a real person. Spent a lot of time in development on this, and it's really cool. It's really amazing the type of results that our customers get, and the same, if not better, levels of service than what MyFICO and some other credit monitoring services provide. So let's talk about the difference in scoring. MyFICO, true to their name, provides you with a FICO score. Okay, so that's Fair Isaacs and Company, and I don't think that it's actually still owned by Fair Isaacs, but I think it's maintained the same name. But that has always traditionally been the most prevalent credit score, if not the only credit score up until recent times. And then recently, so FICO, that they provide your score to you, and I want to explain this to you real quick. So whenever you request a copy of your credit history, whether it's you or an auto dealer, mortgage company, real estate company, a bank, whoever it is, whenever your credit file is requested, the credit bureaus pay a licensing fee back to Fair Isaac Corporation to use its algorithm for it to quickly, in milliseconds, analyze your credit files and to generate a credit score that's returned with your credit report. Okay? So whenever they request your credit file, your credit records, the credit agencies have that data on file. It's not the credit agencies that generate your score. The score is actually generated by FICO's algorithm. So that does provide some real tangible value for MyFICO, because it's really rare for any company out there to provide you with a FICO score, okay? And up until now, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax also provided you with a FICO score. I'm not up to date completely on whether or not TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian have completely gotten away from that on their end or not, but I'm going to give you just another little bit of education, is that the credit agencies have gotten sick and tired of paying those licensing fees to FICO. There's been a very lengthy, drawn-out court battle, lawsuits filed over Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion's desire to be able to utilize their own scoring system called Vantage Score. Okay, so Vantage Score throughout a lot of industries has been considered the FICO score. And I referred to it as a FICO score whenever I was in the mortgage business. I referred to it as a FICO score whenever I was in the auto business. And everybody says, hey, whenever you go in to buy a car, that's not your score. Well, even your FICO score isn't your score, because there are literally there are numerous credit scoring models, and there are even derivatives, hundreds or thousands of derivatives of the algorithms for each of those models that are used, that are custom made and customized for each creditor, for them to determine where you fall at in risk levels as far as whether or not it's acceptable to them for them to make an offer of credit to you, and at what price or what interest rate or what terms. Okay, so you need to be aware of those differences. So our scoring system, we do utilize a Vantage scoring model. Okay, it's different than FICO. It's not the same score or close or closer to the same score that you would get at an auto dealership or a mortgage company. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I want to explain this to you. So basically, credit scores, I want you to think about safety levels. If you're applying for a home, it's for a home loan, you pose less risk to a lender, because real estate, and not always, but real estate traditionally more likely increases in value, whether it's land or a private residence. It increases in value over time. It's an appreciating asset. That's why people want to own real estate. That, and you can lease it out and you can make money on it, on the difference between what you're leasing it for and what your mortgage payment is. But traditionally, real estate is something that provides you more tax write-offs, and it goes up in value. But you also, I don't think that you can go park it in a garage somewhere or hide it around a corner if you're behind on your payments. So because of that, there's less risk, and so on a sliding scale, your FICO might be higher if you're applying for a mortgage loan than it is if you're applying for a car loan, because when you apply for a car loan, there's a lot more risk to a lender, because now you're talking about borrowing money on a depreciating asset that depreciates the instant you drive it off the car lot, that continues depreciating as you use it and you drive miles and the doors get dinged and your kids are smashing french fries into the carpet or the seats and that kind of thing. So you get the picture. And because of that, FICO scores can be different depending upon the industry type. So you might get a slightly higher score for when you're applying for a mortgage, a little bit lower whenever you're applying for a auto loan, a little bit lower whenever you're applying for a credit card or a personal loan. So you need to be aware of that. Well, the same thing, so if you're thinking about it, so let's say that you're applying for a mortgage loan and your FICO score's here, and you are using a Vantage score model. Your Vantage score might, your Vantage score might be here, okay, and your FICO's here, so that whenever you actually go in and apply, they'll say, hey, it's not quite matching up, okay? But whenever you go apply for the car loan and your Vantage score is saying that it's a 620, oftentimes it might report that it's a 640, 660, 680, or even a 700. So you just need to be aware that it's just a benchmark. It's a tool for you to use. And this is the most important takeaway from this, okay? You need to open your ears and your eyes to this, because if the credit agencies can have their way, they are going to go away from FICO. And behind the scenes, mortgage lenders, auto lenders, credit card vendors, personal loan vendors are all behind the scenes using Vantage scores also, because they're comparing on the risk level where they need to be at on Vantage score versus a FICO score in order to extend an offer of credit to you. And they're preparing themselves for being able to make that switch And I can guarantee you that the credit agencies are offering much more lucrative terms to them that can save them millions of dollars per year if they switch over to providing or utilizing their Vantage score in comparison to a FICO score. So there's a very real possibility that that shift is taking place, and it's already been rumored that there are some lending institutions out there that are already giving preference to the Vantage score. And I'm giving you a shout out, Equifax, and giving you a shout out, Experian and TransUnion, because I know it's coming. I'm hoping that anybody watching this live stream sees that that's coming and really hears that, because you need to be looking at both. So here's the other thing I would tell you is that we have so many advantages to our service in comparison to the older ways of providing credit monitoring, and where we're providing you with a credit monitoring solution and other tangible benefits along with that, that you really need to consider shifting over to our tool, and because of those reasons, and also because if you want to know your FICO score, you can get that from Discover. You can get it from Capital One. You can get it from other vendors. It might not be your FICO score on all three bureaus, but they provide it to you for free every 30 days. They at least give you an idea of where you're at close to on a FICO score, at least from a credit card standpoint. It still might not be your auto loan. It still might not be your mortgage. But if you've got to know what your FICO score is, get it from those services, because they give it to you at no additional charge just for you being their client. And remember, I'm the same exact cost as what MyFICO is. So again, that's I hope that you've stuck with me so far on this, but we're not finished. So everything else with FICO and CreditUturn is the same, right? Not really, because again, I want to remind you that we're providing you with a dispute solution, and automated automations and dispute solutions, and we continue providing a whole lot more benefits, access, not just improving our texture and feel, but we're really truly providing more and more and more benefits. And we have a really super valuable partner network that's growing rapidly throughout the United States, that where you know the places that you can go to that are also a CreditUturn partner that are cut above everybody else. So if you're shopping for a car loan, why would you want to shop with somebody that doesn't care about somebody that's had previous credit challenges? Because it makes a big difference for you, because you'll just know that you'll be treated a little bit better and differently, because nobody there is going to be looking down on you. They understand that that credit score is not a representative of what's in your heart or what's in your wallet or what your character is. It's an indicator of your potential risk of filing bankruptcy, and we've covered that in previous episodes. That's all that it is, and it's still all algorithm based. It's not, again, it doesn't know whether or not you would go out and file bankruptcy, because a lot of people are totally against ever doing that and don't want to destroy their credit for 7 years, 10 years, and some people have a necessity to do it, and sometimes even the scoring models get that wrong, because there are certainly many instances. It's smaller on scale, but there are numerous instances of people that will go out and file bankruptcy that have not even gone 30 days late on any debt, but they literally just had something catastrophic happen, and before it gets really bad and the shit hits the fan, they're literally going out and filing bankruptcy while they still got an 800 credit score, because they also understand the power of doing it as quick as possible and not procrastinating. Because whenever you file bankruptcy that fast and you've got great credit in your credit files and you don't have a bunch of negative, there's a really good chance, I'm going to tell you this, I have seen plenty of people that filed bankruptcy that never had a late payment, that came right out of their bankruptcy with 700 plus credit scores. So you need to be aware of all the advantages we're offering, along with all of our awesome partners that we provide. So guys, I still need your help now that we've covered this, the whole Apocalypse Edition cage match between the newcomer and the 800-pound gorilla, is that I need you to utilize our product. I need you to recommend us and share us and help us go viral with this. I really appreciate whatever somebody did and went into MyFICO, and that wasn't me. I don't have an account. You have to pay to have an account and be able to utilize their forum. So it definitely wasn't me or any of my staff. So like our post, like our videos, follow us on our social media, subscribe to our social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. I think I even have a Snapchat channel, and I don't use it yet, but we will. And at some point in time, again, here in the near future, we'll be live streaming on multiple platforms. Please rate our app and please review our app, okay? It's a phenomenal product. If you've downloaded us so far and you're not utilizing our credit monitoring, I really recommend that you do that. You have such little risk and such a high reward that's just waiting on you through our automation that we have and through the analysis and the generation, and you just being able to put it in set it and forget it mode so that you can focus on more important things, whether that's going out and buying up all the toilet paper in Costco, or getting all the hand sanitizer, or you're going to hang out in Tahiti until all the coronavirus blows over, or you're going to focus on work or family or whatever it is, or you just decided, hey, I don't want to be a credit expert. I don't need to be a credit expert. So please engage with us. Utilize our form that we have in our mobile app. Similar to MyFICO, we have a form. Now, I will say that they have probably thousands more posts than we do in their forum. And our forum's just now starting out, but it'll grow there. It'll get there. So, again, really appreciate you all hanging in here with me on a Thursday night, March 12th, I believe it is. And enjoying. I really don't think this is the end of times, or at least I hope not. If it is, I wish us all the best. But anyway, I really appreciate you following me. I really appreciate the engagement and the love that you all do show. And I hope that you'll help us go viral so that we can take this to the next level and make a big difference in the world for everybody. Okay, from a non-medical standpoint. I would really, truly love to be able to impact millions of people's lives that use credit-based systems, that have had stuff happen in the past, that want the U-turn in their life, that want that second chance, that want an opportunity, and don't want to pay credit repair fees, yet still have control and to be anonymous. So thank you again, guys, and I will come to you again with another live stream tomorrow. And if you're one of our awesome partners, remember to tune in tomorrow, because I'm going to have some amazing news for you all. I promise. I'm not leading you on. This isn't clickbait. This is one of those real things, a real moment where if you are a partner or a prospective partner, you're going to want to jump on board, because I'm going to do something really cool for you tomorrow. So thank you again, and I'll talk to you later.